and we have to end like we always end, Brad. What does it mean to make it?
Gosh. Well, and before I go into that, hey, Mom, happy Valentine's Day. It's tomorrow. I love my mother. I love my sister. Strong Black women. Let's support them.
Love it.
What does it mean to make it? I think that one of the things that we as creatives need to do more of is certainly self-promotion is necessary. Preservation, self-preservation, mental health, all of these things are necessary. But it's also just really, really important that we as creatives cultivate more of the soft skill of networking and holding each other up. That makes you so valuable on anything that you may go through life. I mean, you know, the 3 days from now, I could overhear a conversation from a producer who's just like, man, I'm working on this sort of voiceover thing. And I have to book a voice actor of color, and he has to be able to do, of all things, he has to be able to do Bane. Where am I going to find that? Hey, right, hey, there's this brother I know, his name is Nick, and this, you know, but you see, you know, you need to be aware of that, and you need to turn that switch on in your creative freelance mind to receive. And we would all, I mean, you talk sort of like about like, you know, what can other people transition into? My God, if all of us did that for each other, we'd always be working. Or for instance, I mean, you know, if I overhear that somebody is looking for someone to MC an event, and then they also need to sort of like coincide and add that to like a podcast thing. I know this brother named Chris Bartley who is great, but I'm going to tell you that you need to come correct. I'm going to get all of the information. What's the date? How much is the rate? Yeah. You know what? He's got his own thing. That rate might be too low. You know, I want to have your best interests, and I want you to look good as much as I do. So, you know, I think that making it means holding up our colleagues. And people talk about, you know, trying to sort of like find high and mighty people. Expand laterally. Expand laterally. Learn who your wolf pack is, Kaya. That's for you. Your Ohana. It's the Ohana here. Aloha. That's one of the things. I've been lucky enough to travel around the world. Man, I can actually say that. That's weird. But my parents taught me how to be empathetic. And even if you don't speak the language, that's what aloha is. I didn't learn that until I got here. And I've been everywhere. And, you know, my parents were just like, Brad, always try to make somebody's life just a little bit easier. And that's what I walk with. And it's easy to do that here because you're surrounded by it. The fires here. Let me tell you something about what happened with the fires. We were working on Moku Moku that very day, and five or six of, and it had been windy all day. We turned our phones off all day because we were shooting on set. We weren't aware of how bad it was. We lost Lahaina that night. I had to evacuate from where I live because there was also fire in Olinda kind of coming down. But we shut down production that following morning, and we turned our production house into a volunteer center. And we hit the ground running, buying bottles of water, taking it here, dropping it off, and we took care of each other. That's aloha. You know, Chris, if I'm gonna ask you, you know, hey, bro, how you doing? You know, I'm really interested in how you are. You know, that's the feeling of aloha that you get here. And I hope the four of you guys come out here. I would love to produce your podcast out here. Let's bring Papa Bear. Let's bring that big Sam out here. You're gonna have to cut the hair, kid. I don't know if I. No, guys, that's you know, I'm wilding out now, but But yeah, let's hold each other up and let's treat each other with aloha. Let's do that. That's success.